right, good first scrimmage. Thought it was quality work on both sides. Got about, I think, roughly 110, 20 plays, all in all. Thought we were able to get a little bit of special teams, there at the beginning of practice. It's a little challenging being indoors, but we were able to get the work, in pre-practice before the scrimmage started. I thought there was explosive plays on both sides. I thought defensive linebackers, made their presence felt, and you did a good job making an impact. I thought there were some good run seams at times with the offensive line. They were up battling. We've had a few guys that went down or have gone down that provided opportunities for guys to kind of move around up front and kind of showcase exactly where they are. I thought Sam Singleton did some nice things. I know I mentioned the other day, Roydell got back in the swing. Jalen Lucas had a big play, touchdown run. Defensively, we were able to create a couple takeaways. There with a couple interceptions that one on the tip ball, but then another just a really nice play. It was Earl had the interception, and Ethan Pritchard had a pick six that was really impressive play on his part. I thought the flow of situations was good. We kind of put the ball down at a spot and then let things unfold how they would, and I thought there was some good and bad from that. You kind of continue with some of the new freshmen that have come in, just understanding situations, being able to play with speed and confidence, surrounding the situation they find themselves in, whether it's field zones, whether it's certain down and distance, anticipating the next part of put them in a position to go and be in the right spots. But it was what we needed today. We needed to see guys go out there and play the game, and I thought there was some really good speed defensively, some effort plays that were made that allowed another player, forced another play, which we did a great job in responding. We had some one-on-one wins. They're at receiver today. I know Deuce had a big catch early. We had a couple times we were able to push the ball down the field. Quarterbacks, I'll get a chance to go back and watch. We mixed the three pretty good. With Tommy Brock and Kevin, they got the majority of the work. For first scrimmage, I was really pleased with what I saw from Kevin. He had a couple of explosive plays, pushed the ball down the field. I thought all the quarterbacks, you could see the first 5 practices building to today, and I thought there were some definitely coachable moments that we're going to be able to improve upon. But all in all, I thought it was a good day, in both sides of the football. Like I said, we were able to create some TFLs defensively. You definitely feel the explosiveness and the speed of those guys. But all in all, we want to continue to push our tempo. We want to continue to push pace. We had some good ACC officials here, so we were able to have some teachable moments of just making sure that we're putting ourselves in the best position not to allow drives to extend, or not to put ourselves in even more challenging situations due to negatives. But it was a good first scrimmage, and got what we needed. No major situation showed up injury wise, so it was good. And get to watch film tomorrow, and tomorrow Monday build off of it, and you go from there.
First question will be Brendan.
You've mentioned Kevin a couple times now. This is the first scrimmage. When we had the first practice, started 4-4, thinking seminoles. Is he assertive, aggressive, confident? Like, do you like that? These moments?
I like how he's come in, and he's coming in learning. I mean, he understands that there's a lot of work to do in front of him, but you study, you prepare, and then you try to go out there and execute. And he's had some real freshman moments in practice, but he's also had some, like today, he just went out there and played, and I like seeing that. And it was he had a couple of vertical shots that he hit down the field. A great, Elijah Moore had a long touchdown. Willie Suarez had another. He had 2 long touchdown passes to those guys with with a rush, with things coming at them, and, it was good to see, see those guys, finish the plays for him, but, I just thought, I liked his poise out there as a freshman, and, there's still plenty of plays in scrimmage where he's gonna, we're gonna have to continue to, push, grow, develop, all those things, but, for a first scrimmage, I thought he did a really nice job, in that.
Jordan?
Coach, communication-wise, who was wearing the green dot for the defense, and then just in general, how do you feel the team did getting the calls in, checks, all the things in the first scrimmage?
I thought our communication was good. As we go through it, we're going to continue to work and look at a lot of different dynamics of our communication. So I thought the defense did a good job. We can still push. Trying to going against both sides. We're trying to push faster. We want to. It doesn't matter what type of offense we're going to face. We want to be able to get down, get ready, and be able to adjust to what we see. And same thing offensively, we want to push the tempo and to be able to play as fast as we possibly can. It was first day for officials being out there. Just all well, we have officials, but for the ACC crew and a full crew working. So it was some good things that we'll be able to teach upon to help allow us to play faster and kind of continue to go from there.
Ira?
When you evaluating the run game, you said there were some nice run seams. It's your own team, so just how difficult is it to evaluate, or is it difficult to evaluate what's really good offensive line play and what's lapses on defense?
I mean, it'll show up. I mean, with we're mixing a good amount of personnel and different things that we're looking at with the three groups that are getting work. But there's times where it was really good blocking and creating space and movement. There was times that was good runs from backs, and then there was times that there wasn't much of anything there, and defense did a good job creating some of those TFLs and negatives. So it was a fair balance of it all, and we'll go back and really be able to dig into the product with somebody out of alignment or space of where they should have been. Was it a technique or fundamental, and where somebody just get their butt kicked on one side or the other? And so those are all things that you get to see as you watch the play, and you go back and watch the film and really establish the why.
Peter?
Coach, are you seeing a little bit more urgency, especially on when trying to create takeaways than you've seen in previous practices?
I mean, we better. I mean, it's one of those things we've talked heavily about, and we know that needs to be a big priority. Defensively, I think we've done a good job of being able to get the ball out, creating some forced fumbles in the previous practices. Today, that's one of the things the offense did a better job of. Is we had one snap, but really the ball wasn't on the ground, from a ball carrier perspective. So I mean, I was pleased to see that. We still got a lot of to get to the standard of how we want to operate. We've got to be better, but I thought it was good.
Corey?
Has there been through, I guess, 6 practices now, has there been a guy on the defensive line that maybe we're not expecting to take that, or we haven't talked about a lot, that you've seen that could work himself into be maybe not a starter, maybe a starter, but definitely a rotation player that's flashing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel really good and excited about what I've seen from the guys that have, the older guys that have come in. Deontay, McCray's done a really nice job. Tate Diggs, I think, is, he's probably further along than what I thought, he would be. He's got such a unique backstory just on his experience, but I like what I'm seeing from him. The Desir brothers, they've been really, really good. And, for 2 guys coming in, they have some areas where they get to continue to grow, but for them coming in and some of the positions that we're throwing them into, I think they've done a nice job. I like that young group of D linemen. I think there's good potential. I think guys are working hard, and KJ Sampson, he flashed today, had a couple really nice plays, but I like what I'm seeing from them. So I think we still have. You sit there and you have another, whatever it is, 11 more or 9 more practices to go, that we'll get to a better sense of who's going to continue to emerge coming off of today, where you kind of got to see them live and go out there and have to communicate in the line. We'll get probably a much better sense of what that group will look like as we're moving closer to
statement, you talked about defense playing fast. For guys who've returned, who were in a different system last year, I guess, how have you seen generally those returners kind of adapt to a different style?
No, I think it's been good, and, you know, I think that's one of the things that, you know, they're putting a good amount of time in their study and their preparation. You know, being able to go out there and to cut loose and play with confidence in what they're being asked to do, and, you know, there has to be that relentless mindset and the relentless, you know, pursuit of the ball and what we're doing. And that's, you know, that's what I felt that, you know, not from all 11 like we're going to continue to build to right now, but, you know, you feel that from guys, and, you know, that's where, you know, when it's your best guys that are working to push that standard, you know, it's going to be contagious. And so I like the ownership guys are taking with that, but I thought it was good.
Following up on that, Coach, leadership-wise, when something maybe went wrong, who did you hear in the scrimmage today to kind of pick guys up and change the tide of the scrimmage?
You know, I basically lived in the middle of the field today, so I wasn't over on the sidelines, you know, hearing those things when they were over on the side. But I saw good responses, and, you know, that's where, you know, what I'm looking for is, you know, if you have a bad play, something doesn't go well, you know, the encouragement throughout it, and I saw guys, you guys were trained to get tempo of getting calls and all the things, and but you still hear the encouraging words out there, the challenges, but then, you know, whether it's another set, another play, just building upon it. And that was something that I thought defensively, you know, the first couple of offensive drives with, you know, the offense was moving the ball, had a couple of really nice plays, got the ball in the scoring zone, and you saw the response. You saw defense did a good job of holding up, you know, forcing a field goal, you know, creating an interception, you know, there, you know, after a big play offensively. So, you know, that's what you want to see guys build upon. And I like the energy. I like the way this group, where the players are really trying to push, you know, the expectation that we're setting in front of them. Corey?
Now that you've, again, through 6 practices and a scrimmage with, going against Tony White's defense, how many of the big plays are just physically really good plays, or how many of it is creating confusion? How hard is it as an offensive mind to work against this kind of defense? How confusing
I mean,
can it be?
it's definitely, you know, I think both sides of the ball, I mean, there's a unique dynamic to what both sides of the balls are having to face with, you know, the formation, the alignments, the different movements that you're facing defensively, coupled with, you know, just the variation and the attack of, you know, what we've done and what we're continuing to build upon. And so, you know, it's a couple, like I said, there's a couple of one-on-one plays today that, you know, I was pleased to see, you know, offensive players be able to create and make. And then, you know, you also felt the same thing defensively, where, I mean, the aggressiveness, and it's not, because I would say aggressiveness like, oh, it's just a blitz, no, but the aggressiveness in the style of play and the technique and the reactionary movements of what guys are being asked to do, that I really like. And so, I mean, it's more that we see, you know, whether it's an alignment, whether it's a technique, you know, those things, you know, start to, you know, guys building in their own confidence of what they can do versus a variety of different looks.
Right, last one, Ira.
How are you handling balancing like the quarterbacks in all the different groups you have and different players, and, you know, in terms of splitting reps? I mean, how's that working out?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think Coach Malzahn and Coach Sosa are doing a good job, giving guys opportunities to be in the best position, to showcase what they can do, and then sometimes, you know, putting them in challenging situations to see how they respond to, you know, to different groups. And, you know, just like anything, when you play quarterback, you want the quarterback to go out there and make 10 guys on the field better that are with him. And, you know, regardless of who it is, what it is, circumstance, situation. And then, you know, there's times you have to help the quarterback, and you gotta make sure that you're finishing plays for them. That was something that I was pleased with for the most part. There were a couple opportunities we could have, you know, made a you know, really good play where the ball was, you know, well placed. But I mean, there weren't a whole lot of just the errant drops or things where you're not assisting those guys. And so I thought that you guys caught the ball well. A couple of plays we could, you know, I want the exceptional play made too, and we had a few of those, but you know, it was a good day, and it was a good day for what the quarterbacks were doing, regardless of the group they were in. as well as, you know, just, some of the opportunities they had to respond and, you know, with the guys that they had around them.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Let's go.